Picture this. A brand new expressway is being built. Workers are doing their jobs, machines are roaring, everything seems on track. Then, without warning, the structure collapses. One worker loses his life. 10 others are injured. When investigators step in, they discover a painful truth. The chief engineer knew his team lacked the knowledge and experience to design the bridge safely. He saw mistakes in their calculations, yet chose not to act. He neither guided them nor corrected the errors. A lapse in responsibility, a lapse in integrity, and the cost was devastating.
Welcome to Unveiling Buddhism episode 60. Today we continue our journey through the life story of Buddha Shakyamuni, and we begin by reflecting on something very human. What happens when we turn away from our duties, our principles, and what we know is right? Right after teaching the 5 ecstatics and setting the wheel of Dharma in motion, the Buddha received 2 unusual visitors at midnight, the Deva Yakshas, Satagiri and Hemavata. Who were they? Why did they seek him out? And what can their visit teach us about living with integrity?
Before we go on, what exactly is a Deva Yaksha?
Great question. In Buddhist cosmology, there are many levels of heavens and different kinds of beings live in each one. In the lowest heavenly realm, under the protection of the 4 heavenly kings, there are 4 main categories of beings, and one of these groups is the Yakshas. Yakshas can be powerful, but not all of them are virtuous. When a Yaksha breaks the 5 precepts, they lose their purity and can be expelled from the heavenly realm. A Deva Yaksha is a Yaksha who keeps the precepts and maintains good conduct. Because of their virtue, they are allowed to remain in the realm of the 4 heavenly kings. For more details, check out episode 37. Okay, now let's travel back, way back into the distant past, a different era. Before they were Deva Yakshas, Satagiri and Hemavata were actually respected elder monks during the era of Buddha Kassapa. Buddha Kassapa is the supreme perfect Buddha immediately preceding Buddha Shakyamuni in this fortunate eon, the third of the 1002 Buddhas of this fortunate eon. Check out episode 35 where we talk about the different Buddhas. At that time, Buddha Kassapa had already entered Paranirvana, and the responsibility of protecting the Dharma fell on the monastic community. These 2 elders were not ordinary monks. They were wise, deeply learned, and each had 500 disciples under their guidance. People admired them for their understanding of the Dharma and the monastic rules, so much so that they became known far and wide as expert disciplinary monks. Whenever there were disputes or doubts about conduct, people naturally turned to them for judgment. But even great knowledge cannot protect someone from a lapse of integrity. One day, 2 young monks from a nearby village got into a heated conflict. Unable to settle it themselves, they decided to seek the judgment of these 2 respected elders living in the city. Now, one of the monks, the crafty one, had a plan. Before the formal hearing, he secretly approached the 2 elders, bringing gifts, offerings, and pretending to be humble and devoted. He even expressed a desire to serve them personally. Slowly, he gained their favor. And then he persuaded them subtly, gently, but persistently to refrain from judging any case brought against him. Reluctantly and perhaps wanting to avoid conflict, the 2 elders agreed. When the official complaint came, something astonishing happened. Before the assembly of 1,000 monks, the elders remained silent. They gave no judgment. The disciples also stayed silent. Their responsibility to the Dharma was set aside. Seeing this, the crafty monk seized the moment. He turned to his fellow accusing monk and said mockingly, "You said the elders would know the truth, yet even they say nothing. Clearly your complaint has no merit." And with that, he humiliated the other monk and drove him out of the monastery. Heartbroken, the wronged monk turned to the elders and cried, You protect a shameless person instead of the Buddha's teachings. From today onward, you are unfit to judge any matter of discipline. Truly, the dispensation of Buddha Kassapa has been ruined. His words pierced the hearts of the two elders. Only then did they realize the gravity of what they had done. They lamented, "We have thrown away the precious jewel of the Buddha's teaching, all because we protected a corrupt individual." Overwhelmed by guilt and remorse, their minds became clouded at the moment of death. And because of this unwholesome state, neither of them was reborn in a higher realm. Instead, one was reborn as a Deva Yaksha Hemavata, while the other was reborn as Satagiri. Their 1,000 disciples who followed their compromise of the Dharma were also reborn as Yaksha followers, 500 underage. Interestingly, the lay people who simply offered alms sincerely, without any involvement, were all reborn in higher heavens. This ancient story reminds us of something profound. Integrity is also important in Buddhism. A lapse can result in delay to enlightenment for a long period of time.
At the opening of this video, the chief engineer's negligence caused real harm and brought legal consequences when there is a professional lapse in integrity. After this story, I am beginning to think that our actions ripple far beyond what the world can see. Just like the two elder monks, a single lapse in integrity can shape our path far into the distant future.
Yes, integrity isn't just a virtue, it's our compass. It is important not to do things that are against our moral conscience. Even the decision not to help also has its consequences. In the story of the 1,000 disciples remained silent out of foolish obedience, and they too suffered bad results. There is much wisdom to be derived from this simple story, but I'll let you have the joy to contemplate on your own. Let us return to the story of the two Deva Yakshas. After being reborn as Deva Yakshas, Hemavata and Satagiri remembered their past lives as senior monks. The weight of their past mistakes stayed with them, and out of deep remorse, they made a promise. If another Buddha ever appeared in the world, they would notify each other immediately. When Buddha Shakyamuni delivered his first sermon at Deer Park, wondrous signs appeared across the world. Satagiri noticed them instantly. With his 500 followers, he rushed to Deer Park to investigate. But when he arrived at the great assembly of Devas gathered around the Buddha, he realized someone was missing, his old friend Hemavata. Staying true to his vow, he left the sermon right away to inform him. At the very same moment, Hemavata also sensed something extraordinary and wanted to notify Satagiri. So he gathered his own entourage of 500 yakshas and set off to find him. The two friends met mid-air above the city of Rajagaha. Satagiri, having already seen the Buddha and witnessed the first teachings, excitedly told Hemavata, "The omens are true. A Buddha has arisen in the world." But Hemavata was cautious and skeptical. Could it really be true? Right there in the sky, Satagiri began describing the Buddha's noble qualities, his compassion, his wisdom, his purity. Below them, a pregnant noble woman named Lady Kali was standing on her balcony, enjoying the evening breeze. Suddenly, she heard two mysterious voices from the heavens discussing the qualities of the Buddha. Captivated, her mind opened with incredible clarity, and in that moment, she attained Sotapanna, the first stage of enlightenment. She became the first female disciple to reach his attainment without even seeing the Buddha in person. Later, when the Buddha formally recognized the attainments of his disciples, her realization was confirmed.
Wow, I didn't know someone could attain enlightenment by hearing the qualities of the Buddha. I thought Buddhists praised the Buddha to curry favor or get blessings.
No. Buddhas and enlightened beings are far beyond pride and ego. They don't need to hear praises to be happy. Neither did they tell us to recite praises to them in order to please them. Their compassion naturally embraces all beings. When we recite the qualities of the Buddha, we are not flattering him. We are reminding ourselves what enlightenment really looks like. It helps us stay grounded, prevents us from being fooled by spiritual scammers, and keeps our direction clear. Nirvana, or the state of ultimate happiness, isn't about becoming a divine being with powers over others. Nirvana is the perfection of qualities like patience, loving kindness, and wisdom. This kind of right understanding is meritorious because it generates wisdom and changes our life positively.
But how did Lady Kali attain Sotapanna just from hearing those praises? Do the Yaksha's words have special blessing powers?
Definitely not. Enlightenment is always the result of personal effort and inner conditions, not magic or external blessings. A Sotapanna has let go of one of the biggest delusions we carry, the belief in a permanent, unchanging self. Most of us naturally assume there's a solid me inside, like a soul, but this is just a mental fabrication. Lady Kali's mind happened to be especially ripe, likely from training in past lifetimes. When she heard the discussion about the Buddha's purity and wisdom, something in her mind let go. That shift allowed her to see reality directly, without the illusion of a fixed self. That moment of clarity opened the door to Sotapanna, the first stage of enlightenment.
You said Buddhas aren't interested in being praised. Does that mean praising others is bad?
Not at all. Praising others can be a beautiful expression of joy, gratitude, and appreciation. What matters is the intention behind it. When praise comes from sincerity, kindness, and recognition of goodness, it uplifts both the giver and the receiver. It only becomes unhealthy when praise is used as flattery, manipulation, or ego boosting.
Protect me, Deva Sata Giri, protect me. Hemavata Deva, Rakatamam Sata Giri Deva, Rakatamam Deva Hemavata Deva Sata Giri. Watch over me when the road gets slippery.